Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You know, even a lot of fights been around a long time. I know. Yeah.
No, when you have a closed fist.
Johnny Depp says new police testimony and never-before-seen body cam footage proves Amber Heard is lying about a blowout fight that ended their toxic 18-month marriage. Amber Heard wants police footage to prove Johnny Depp is lying. Heard and her allies have given evidence in multiple legal cases saying Depp hurled a phone at her face and trashed their penthouse kitchen during the notorious May 2016 dust-up.
No, I didn't. What the are you talking about? And I watched you lie, and then I
didn't punch you.
And
by
then
the way, I'm sorry that I didn't
hit
you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you, babe. You're not punched.
But the actor's lawyer claimed the lurid depictions of damage, including broken candelabras, glass strewn on the floor, and red wine sloshed on the walls and carpets, are completely at odds with the police remember. 4 different LAPD officers visited a stylish loft-style apartment in downtown Los Angeles within the space of 2 hours after Heard's spouse mistakenly dialed 911 twice. The first 2 cops have given new depositions within the past month, reiterating that they swept the $1.5 million property but didn't see any injuries, vandalism, or evidence of a crime.
I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not deck you. I was hitting you. I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was.
DailyMail.com can also reveal that the first-time footage from the second set of responding officers who had cameras on as they entered Heard and Depp's former marital home later that night. The former couple are preparing to square off again in Fairfax County, Virginia, where Depp is suing his 34-year-old ex-wife for $50 million over a Washington Post op-ed in which she described herself as a domestic violence survivor. The December 2018 article did not mention him by name, but Depp, 57, claims he was booted from the lucrative role of Captain Jack Sparrow after the hoax account led to speculation he was the abuser.
How are your toes?
What am I supposed to do? Do this?
How are your toes?
I'm not sitting here bitching about it, am I? You are.
Oh,
that's the difference between me and you. You're
Pirates of the Caribbean actor is fighting an uphill battle to salvage his reputation after Britain's High Court rejected a separate defamation claim last year over a 2018 article in the Sun newspaper that labeled him a wife-beater. Justice Nicole ruled the depiction was substantially true and that father of 2 Depp had attacked Heard a dozen times, causing her to fear for her life on 3 occasions. The May 21, 2016 incident was included in the catalog of abuse after Heard gave a graphic testimony describing how her former beau hurled a phone in her face and tore out clumps on her hair.
Because you start physical fights? Because you start physical fights?
I did start a physical fight.
Yeah, you did, so I had to get out of there.
Yes, you did. So you did the right thing, the big thing. You know what? You are admirable.
The confrontation was said to have taken place inside Penthouse 3 on the swank Eastern Columbia building where Depp once owned an entire floor of 5 neighboring apartments accessed via private elevator. After Depp's security team broke up the fight, he went into Penthouse 5, where Heard kept some of her stuff to ransack her possessions and cause further damage before finally leaving the building, it was claimed. The Aquaman star's lawyer provided the court with time-stamped crime scene images, including smashed photo frames, broken glass, and wine spilled across hardwood floor and carpets. They have a big kitchen island in the middle of the kitchen, and on there's a candle and like food and glass like jars and vases and things like that, Pennington said. And he was just hitting everything with a wine bottle, just smashing it all off. So there was fruit on the floor and baskets and glass bottles and flowers. In her own deposition, Heard added, "We have huge, heavy silver candlesticks, candelabra sticks. Those were on the floor broken. Baskets of fruit that we had on the kitchen island. There are fruit everywhere, baskets on the ground, the container holding the spoons and forks, kitchen utensils. Those were spilled." She added he broke a lot of glass things that left the glass on the floor. When he walked out on the hallway, you could see wine spilled all over the ground and wine on the walls. And so, I knew that at least he had gone through there and it was like sloshing wine everywhere. The LAPD cops who responded to 2 separate 911 calls that night paint a very different picture, however. First on the scene around 15 minutes after the alleged assault were Tyler Haddon and Melissa Sainz, a domestic violence specialist who say they swept both apartments but didn't see any injuries to Heard's face or evidence of vandalism. The pair have given sworn testimony about the incident on 3 occasions now, during the couple's 2016 divorce, a last year's legal libel trial, and during fresh depositions in March. "I did not identify her as a victim of domestic violence," Sainz told Heard's attorney, Elaine Bradoff, last month. "We met with the victim, we checked the location, the husband wasn't there, and that the victim advised us she wasn't going to give us further information." Asked by Depp's attorney, Leo Preciado, if she remembered spotting any resembling the damage depicted in Heard's photos during her protective sweep, Sainz replied, "I did not." Johnny Depp's attorney claimed that never before seen body cam footage from Los Angeles Police Department LAPD officers who responded to the second of 2 911 calls proved that the former Fantastic Beasts star did not have the violent altercation with his ex-wife Aquaman star Amber Heard that Heard claimed that they had in May 2016, that she claims caused the end of her short-lived tumultuous marriage with the Pirates of the Caribbean actor. 4 different LAPD officers visited Heard's and Depp's apartment that night due to Heard's friends calling 911 twice. The second pair of officers were wearing body cameras on them when they responded. Now ahead of Depp's upcoming $50 million defamation lawsuit against Heard, which will take place in Virginia in April 2022, Depp's lawyers are revealing depositions from the first 2 officers and body camera footage from the second 2 officers, and they are claiming that neither of them support Heard's allegations. Heard claimed that Depp hit her in the face with a phone on May 31, 2016, and tore out clumps on her hair in an extended altercation that took place throughout their shared home at the time, which consisted of an entire floor of 5 apartments converted into a single residence, complete with private elevator. Heard and her friend Rocky Pennington both have depositions about the incident, and each of them described the scene as a violent mess. Pennington described it as, "They have a big kitchen island in the middle of the kitchen, and on there's candles and like fruit and glass like jars and vases and things like that. And he was just hitting everything with a wine bottle, just smashing it all off. So there was fruit on the floor in baskets and glass bottles and flowers." Heard's description was, "We have huge, heavy silver candlesticks, candelabra sticks. Those were on the floor broken, baskets of fruit that we had on the kitchen island. There are fruit everywhere, baskets on the ground, the container holding the spoons and fork, kitchen utensils, those were spilled. He broke a lot of glass things and left glass on the floor. When he walked out into the hallway, you could see wine spilled all over the ground and wine on the walls. And so I knew that at least he had gone through there, and it was like slushing wine anywhere." The depositions of the first 2 officers and the body camera footage of the second 2 officers who both visited within 2 hours of each other that night proves otherwise.